Right. So our last topic is about Matt Reeves' Batman, the upcoming film starring Robert Pattinson, and what we think and what the general consensus is about the box office takings for that film. So let's go into the article with Screen Rant first to see what they've got to say.
Yes, that's what they've got to say.
Yes. Well, Batman vs. Superman performed underwhelmingly at the box office, to say the least. But the highly anticipated Matt Reeves film, The Batman, will likely succeed. The upcoming film, Matt Reeves' film, The Batman, is sure to avoid the box office failure of Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Although it was the first film to unite three of DC Comics' most iconic superheroes, Dawn of Justice was a divisive film, polarizing fans and film critics alike. This may have been why the film, despite its strong opening weekend and pre-ticket sales, had such a significant box office drop in its second weekend. The Batman, on the other hand, is a highly anticipated reboot of the iconic superhero that looks to succeed where the DCEU crossover film failed in terms of box office performance and reception. Following 2013's Man of Steel, which I really love.
Criminally underrated.
Yeah, very. I mean, John Campbell calls it the most underrated comic book film. The DCEU's first installment and a similarly divisive superhero film, Dawn of Justice introduced a new iteration of Batman, played by Ben Affleck. While Dawn of Justice had a mixed reception among viewers and critics, Affleck's performance as the Dark Knight was among the film's most consistently praised elements, with Affleck depicting a compelling and extremely comic accurate version of both Bruce Wayne and Batman. Dawn of Justice set up several sequel and spin-off movies, such as Wonder Woman, Justice League, and for a time, a solo movie for Ben Affleck's DCEU Batman. The story of Affleck's Batman film was heavily teased at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League, which featured the debut of the DCEU's Deathstroke learning Batman's secret identity from Lex Luthor. Unfortunately, 2017's theatrical version of Justice League was astoundingly underwhelming, and the film's infamously troubled production caused Affleck to lose interest in the role of Batman, leading the proposed film to be cancelled. In its place, the Matt Reeves film, The Batman, began development, with Robert Pattinson taking the role of the Dark Knight. The Batman is not set in the DCEU and is intended to initiate both a new trilogy of Batman movies and a new shared universe. Ben Affleck's iteration of Batman, meanwhile, appears to be transitioning out of the DCEU, likely being replaced by Michael Keaton's version of Batman, who may become a resident of an alternate reality in an upcoming film, The Flash. I'll leave it there because it talks about box office of other comic book films, and we'll discuss all of that now. But I tend to agree with this article in that it's going to do a lot better than Batman vs. Superman. You've seen Batman vs. Superman. Did we go to the cinema to watch it together? You've seen Batman vs. Superman? No. Okay.
No, I saw it.
Oh, you have? Sorry.
I didn't like it at all.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Although apparently the director's cut of that is supposed to be much better.
It's like 40 minutes longer, I think.
Yeah. So, and I usually would say how, but after seeing Zack Snyder's Justice League, I can see how that could work.
Okay.
So, I can see it making more than Batman vs. Superman. I can see this film making a lot of money, in fact.
I can see this hitting billion.
Yeah.
And I tell you why.
Yeah.
Robert being in it is going to bring a different audience. Because the ladies love Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
And the fans and the trailers.
Yeah.
The trailers are selling this.
Yeah, big time.
So it's going to do $1 billion.
I believe it's going to do $1 billion.
Big things. And, well, when's it come out?
March 4th. You
know, everything's opening up even more and more and more. So We'll see.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
see it
with you.
doing well.
How much do you think it will make in its North American opening weekend? Remember, bearing in
What
mind.
did Spider-Man make?
Well, I was just about to say,
what did Spider-Man
bearing
make?
in mind, Spider-Man made 260 million.
Okay.
It's gonna get nowhere near that.
I think 150.
Do you know what? I watched John Campia early today before we started the show, and that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
I think that's a good.
Yeah,
that's a good
yeah.
guess.
I think it's about 150.
I think that's a good
It's not
guess.
as much as. Might be surprised.
150 is still a good bloody.
Yeah, good number.
That's a
Do you know
good.
what I mean?
I'm just thinking about how available the theaters are going to be and the different audience, because all the Marvel DC fans, like superhero fans, are there.
Yeah,
We're gonna be there opening night.
Yeah,
right?
so that extra people, just like Spider-Man, I think it's going to be one to
I
watch.
agree with you to some extent, and I'm going to tell you why there's a little bit of disagreement there as well in a
Okay.
minute. Damien, let me come to you. What are your thoughts on what this film is going to make box office wise generally, or in total, and also opening weekend?
First of all, I think it's sickening when you can say a film made 870 million and didn't do well. I just think that's...
Is that how much Batman vs Superman?
870.
But
no. The thing is, if you don't hit $1 billion, you're a failure in this market. I get that.
Well, not just that, but when you've got their iconic, remember, how iconic Batman and Superman, and to a lesser extent Wonder Woman is.
Yeah.
But anyway, forget Wonder Woman.
Woman.
Batman versus Superman. Two of the most iconic superheroes ever.
Ever.
And you're telling me you can't make $1 billion? And Aquaman, one of the uncoolest superheroes of all time,
Captain Uncle.
can make over $1 billion. Come on. Something's gone wrong.
How much did Shazam make?
But did you see the disparity there? It
doesn't make sense.
It should have made a lot more money.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not defending it because I did not like the movie. The only thing I liked it was when Batman was beating up the guys in the warehouse. It was the only thing I liked.
That was a really good scene.
Film because
That was
we
a really
finally
good
got
scene.
to see Batman let loose, doing this good choreography. Bar that, I did not care for the movie at all. I wasn't even that huge of a fan of Ben Affleck playing Batman. I'm not gonna lie. I still prefer a mix of Bale and Keaton.
Definitely.
Yeah, they're my go-tos for
Keaton's
Batman.
my favourite.
He plays a brilliant Bruce Wayne, and I think that Bale played Batman.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's kind of like with Garfield and thinking with Spider-Man, it's the same kind of thing. Affleck just kind of took what they both had and made that and mucked it up a little bit. But no, I think the 80% drop off that film had the second weekend was because everyone came out the first week and went,
what the fuck
that
was
crap.
Sorry
The word of mouth of that film literally dragged it through the gut, and that was it. I remember I didn't want to go and see it because of what I heard about the film.
Well, that's what puts a halt on it. If it's good, it hasn't even got to be great. It's got to be good. Like if you come out and say, "No, it was good," it was good, and everyone's going. The minute people start saying, "Nah, you can wait."
Yeah, I'll wait. I'm not saying
it's finished.
People won't go.
It's finished.
People ain't got money to waste.
No.
You know what I mean?
Do I think that this one's going to do it? The Nolan films did over $1 billion. Was in definitely Rise. The first one begins, but Rises and The Dark Knight both did over $1 billion.
Yeah.
In fact, I think they were the first comic book films to do over $1 billion. The Dark Knight was definitely the first one to do over $1 billion.
Okay.
At the time it came out. And when you do a dark take on Batman, which is what The Dark Knight was, and it's a serious kind of like, drawn out psychological take on the character, which what Batman deserves as a character, you do get a different audience. Now, my one caveat for this film, I've got two, but one caveat for this film not making a much on opening weekend, if it does make that much, is because of the runtime. It's 3 hours long.
That's where I was gonna get you on. Yeah.
It's 3 hours long,
which means you can't.
Many shows.
You're right. You can only have so many shows at the cinema. Which is what
Okay,
that's the only thing.
That's
the only. I mean, people talk about, like, for instance, Endgame, but they've got to remember that's a different kettle of fish. That was coming off of 20 films, and the last film left us on a cliffhanger.
And the last film made $2 billion.
Do you know what I mean? And left us on a cliffhanger that everyone wanted. I mean, it made $1 billion in its opening weekend.
And they were not shy in the marketing. The marketing for that film was ridiculous.
Right.
I mean, and for this one, it's like the marketing's there, but there's still kind of a little bit tentative with it. It's not the same marketing that we've seen. It's coming.
It's coming. We're just hit February. It's out in March.
Yeah.
It's like
it's gonna start getting everywhere.
Well, we're gonna be there opening weekend. I mean, opening night.
Yeah,
sorry.
it's the time. I forgot it's 3 hours long.
But did you want to add?
No, that and I think probably because it is. I think it's gonna be a 15 in the UK. I've just got. And
that's that's another.
But the Joker was 15 or 18. What was the Joker?
No, the Joker was 18.
That made $1 billion.
Yes.
That made $1 billion.
Yes.
Joker was 18.
But that was, again, that goes to your point. That was such a good film that word of mouth just got everyone to the cinema. Just, you know what I mean?
When you say you gotta watch it.
Yeah. I told my missus, because she didn't want to watch it. I said, no, you need to go and watch this film. She came out of that film, she's like, I want to go watch that again. Like, it was that good. So, yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of set the standard for, like, when you go darker on comic books, now you can still attract that audience.
Yeah.
From what we've seen, the more has come out of the film. I think all three of us can say that we're really looking forward to this movie.
Opening night, baby.
Yeah, night. That's definitely got me intrigued and interested. And the fact that Joker made $1 billion tells me this definitely has the potential to, because Batman's the bigger character.
Yeah.
It's got Patterson in there, so to Leon's point, you're going to have a different audience to come and see it.
Yeah.
But also with Matt Reeves, he hasn't made a bad film. I mean, even Let Me In, which I know you guys haven't seen yet, but even Let Me In as a horror film, which he remade the original Swedish film, it still did brilliantly. It's got rated by Stephen King one of the best horror films in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves doesn't make crap. He doesn't make bad films. He takes his time.
Nothing about what I've seen, I think that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
I mean, they've
the
got a
film's
series.
going to be great.
They've got a series already for Penguin with Colin Farrell's already in the works. So that tells you they've got enough trust in what they've made.
Yeah, they've seen enough to know. This is good.
We're gonna capitalize off this. Yeah. We're gonna bounce off it straight.
And one thing that you guys, I mean, if you
that's it. Yeah. So I think it makes.
What about the opening weekend?
Opening weekend.
North American, should I say? Opening weekend.
I think if it gets the audience that if the film's that good and it gets the audience it deserves, and I reckon it could possibly push for 170. Possibly.
I'm with you.
I could see it.
I'm hedging my bet, but I think it's possible.
I can see that. Wow. I can see that.
But I still think that timing might be an issue in the first weekend at least.
Yeah.
I think over time it'll make $1 billion, but I think that initial first weekend, that 3 hour might be the caveat.
Yeah. So one thing you guys didn't touch on is the all-star cast.
That's because we left it for you.
Well, thank you very much.
You've got to say something.
So I mean, look, the cast is just ridiculous in this film. This is like a who's who of acting. You've got Robert Pattinson, who is a very good actor. You know, you've got Andy Serkis playing Alfred. Come on, you know what I mean? You've got Jeffrey Wright playing Commissioner Gordon, which inspired casting for me.
Completely inspired.
I mean, then another inspired cast there in Paul Dano as Riddler. I mean, that's brilliant. I love seeing Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. The more trailers I see and more scenes that I see, she's really getting into her element with this character. We've got Colin Farrell, who's dirtied himself up as the Penguin. You know, he's like proper, like changed himself completely. I love that. That's what, again, what we said about Colin Farrell before. He will try different things. He's not relying on these pretty boy looks no more. Do you know what I mean?
Fully gone.
Well, yeah.
Just start licking.
Exactly. You know, who else? Skarsgård. We've got him in there as well. It's a who's who of acting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that is going to draw a lot of people in, without a doubt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love and they've, as you said, if you quite rightly said, both of you, that they've taken a very darker tone on this. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 15, but John Campea reckon that might hurt it. As you said, I don't think it will, because Joker was an 18, and people flocked to that, and it made $1 billion.
Dark,
exactly. And I get where John Campea is coming from, because we know that Batman is a family-friendly character generally, but we also know that he is a darker character.
Yeah.
And that's what you showed me, that he's a darker character.
Yeah, and he is.
And someone made a comment saying that the way they're going with it is that this is before he becomes sweet boy Bruce Wayne, that he's still in that dark... He's still in that dark era. He's just being himself, and he doesn't know how to switch it off yet.
I forgot the comic book that comes from. But
does it come from?
It comes from a comic book where
pre-Bruce Wayne almost.
Like in fact, it might even be pre-killing Batman, because Batman has a rule that he doesn't kill.
Yeah.
But it could be pre that. So it could be that he ends up killing someone and he then realizes, okay, I can't kill. Do you know what I mean? Because he has that one rule that he doesn't kill. Okay. That's why he won't use guns. Do you know what I mean? So there's that element to it, the darkness, but also making it family friendly. I think they will, from what I've seen, I think they are towing the line quite well with that. You were going to say something?
The thing is, when you look at Batman as a history of the films that have come out, like bar like the Batman and Robin, which was, you know, they made that completely kid friendly.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. It's just like,
nice to see you.
No, I wasn't a fan. But the first Keaton ones, both 15. Arguably, they're not the first Nolan one, but the last two Nolan ones could have been 15s if he.
They should have been. They should.
The bit with the Joker in the second one, Dark Knight, where he's playing around with the knife and the gun. He's hanging the copper.
Yeah. But a lot of it was innuendo, like when he had the two guys and he broke off the snooker. And he goes, but you didn't see what happened.
It's all,
do you know what I mean?
Like, played off the camera.
Yeah.
But this definitely has, like you said, because of the darker tone of it, it looks like it has that more psychological, like, you know, very slow burning narrative that is going to draw you in and take you to a place that you're not really going to sit there with your kids and watch. Like, you can sit there with a child and watch, you know, 3 hours of Avengers because it's popcorn, it's love colours, and there's loads of comedy. This doesn't look like it's going to have a lot of moment of levity.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm not seeing levity. I'm not seeing bright colours. I'm not seeing popcorn flat screen.
I think some hardcore comic fans like myself will take. I'm going to take my stepson to go watch it, regardless. Do you know what I mean? But because I don't think there's going to be anything in there that he's going to have to worry about. It's a comic book film at the end of the day, still, even if it is a 15. But I mean, Venom was a 15. I took him to watch Venom. You know what I mean? He's okay. So I take your point with that, though. And
Skarsgård was bleeding in that funeral scene.
Yes. You're right. I agree. Some parents are not going to want to take their kids to. You know how some parents are like.
Yeah.
Some parents are not. But I think. Just as you said, if it's a good film, it's going to get others who don't normally come to watch those sort of films to go and watch that film. Like Joker, like it did with Joker. Do you know what I mean? So I think the things that go against it, obviously, I think could be mitigated by the good things that we hopefully see in this film. So the 3 hour runtime, I think, can be mitigated by how good this film looks.
Yeah.
And the cast.
Yep.
I think the darkness, again, is going to be mitigated by the fact that it's a comic book film regardless. It's a Batman film. So, you know, most parents will know the character Batman and not his comic book character.
Yeah, but you know, you say that. A lot of parents will just like, oh, Batman's there, and they'll take their child.
Yes.
Yeah. Because they're not watching trailers. Robert Pattinson, oh, who's that? Oh, from Twilight. Oh, I like him. Come on, kids. Let's go and see Batman.
An hour in and be like,
because you think,
if it's too late then.
When you was a child, if Batman come out and you was going to go with your mum.
Yeah, my mum would.
She would have just said, oh, it's Batman.
No.
Yeah, Batman, dinner, Batman. Like, that's what she would have done.
Yeah.
So a lot of parents will be like, oh, what have I brought my child to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think, I think you guys are right on the money. I think it's going to make over $1 billion. It's not going to do Spider-Man No Way Home money.
No.
So people can forget that. It's not going to do it. It will make over $1 billion. I think it will just touch over $1 billion. Yeah. And I think you guys are around the same, in the right ballpark, around 150 to 170 million for the US box office opening weekend. I think you guys are about right. I think this film is going to do very well. One thing that a lot you guys didn't touch on, and I think is different from No Way Home, is that No Way Home, with all the Marvel machine behind it, was on an upward trajectory. Yeah. Whereas the DC are really. They're got a long way to generally come up. On a downer. They've had a few ups, but generally we're because now they're talking about. See, there's going to be a bit of confusion. They're talking about doing away with the DCEU because this ain't set in the DCEU now. So you've got, and in the last DCEU film, which is going to be the Flash, or maybe not the Flash because it's Aquaman, but they got 3 iterations of Batman. They've got the Michael Keaton Batman's going to be in there. Ben Affleck's Batman is going to be in there. And then obviously you've got the Matt Reeves Batman.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? It might confuse a few people.
Yeah, might do.
You know what I mean? And like I said, generally they're not on the way up, they're on the way down.
But this could be the one.
It could be the one.
I think this is going to be the one to take them.
Like I said, it is going to make
there.
It's definitely going to make over $1 billion, I think.
Yeah.
It's not going to make No Way Home money, I don't think. But listen,
not everything can make No Way Home money.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I mean, No Way Home is surpassed.
No Way Home didn't think you make No Way Home money. So
it surpassed a lot of expectations. So, but yeah, I think we're all pretty much gassed for the Batman. And
definitely.
think it's going to do well. So, guys, listen, leave us your predictions on the comments down below of what you think the Batman, Matt Reeves, the Batman, is going to make generally in total in the box office, and what it's going to make in its North American opening weekend box office. Let's see if you agree with us. Leave your comments down below and let us know. And with that all said, the show is over.
You still find that funny?
Yeah, I still find it funny. All right.
It was funny.
Okay.
First 10 times.
It's funny to me still, so that's what that matters.
The neck thing.
Yeah, it's the neck thing.
How did you do that?
Some old school rap man, hip hop. You know them ones.
I used to do a bit of breaking, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, yes. So, Damien.
Yep.
Where can people holler at you?
Gymrat back on Instagram, and my link's down below if you click the button and then just hit that subscribe button, people. Thank you very much.
Leon, where can people holler at you?
Downstairs in the description, Medea.
And me, description. You can find all my stuff. And don't forget the Gymrat Packer Instagram as well. Guys, thank you so much for supporting our channel on the levels that you have. Thank you so much. We're going to be bringing you loads and loads and loads of content, so please hit that notification button, and so you get notified every time that we post a video, because I know a lot of people are not getting those notifications. So please do that for us, and we'll be back next time with another show. So from all of us, bye-bye.
Voice thing again. Yeah,
it's here.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Right, our next topic is about Jason Momoa joining Fast and Furious 10 cast. Well, he's in talks to join, but usually when they say they're in talks, everything's pretty much been done. By that stage, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
he's just negotiating figures.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
he's just negotiating that convertible with the wind in his hair.
And maybe how many M&Ms he should have in his trailer when and how many
blue M&Ms.
Nonsense, honestly. But so obviously Vin Diesel couldn't get The Rock with his manipulation. If you remember our story from a couple of weeks back. So he has to go and get another big shot in
Fishman.
Yeah, man,
Aqua boy.
Jason Momoa, who is box office gold right now. To be honest with you,
the lady's favorite.
Oh yeah,
bro. I have not met one woman who does not love this guy.
Yeah,
and doesn't watch a film he is in just for him. Yeah, exactly.
You know what? My missus was riding me to watch Aquaman for time. And I was like, oh, it's weak, it's weak. She just kept going,
I'm just an Aquaman fan of comic books. What characters do you know?
You know what? She never rolled me about any other film. Like, let's watch this film. She was going on about Aquaman for time.
But I'm sure if it was the other way around, you'd be like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Hey, why do you want to see
exactly.
this film?
Like, there's a wig. Put a tassel on your arm.
Aquaman.
Oh, man. But anyway, this comes to us via The Hollywood Reporter. And it says the 10th installment of Universal's Fast and Furious action movie series is getting an infusion of muscle. Jason Momoa is in final negotiations to join Vin Diesel and the rest of the starry ensemble cast in what is being called Fast and Furious 10 as a working title. And while plot details are being muffled, the Aquaman actor could be one of the film's villains. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Universal had no comment. Justin Lin, who returned to the franchise with 2021's Fast 9, The Fast Saga, is back in the director's chair. Longtime stars Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Chris Ludacris Bridges, and Sung Kang are also returning for the 10th installment. Charlize Theron, who first appeared in the 8th film, The Fate of the Furious, and returned for F9, is also expected to be back. Diesel and Lin are producing. Diesel wanted Dwayne Johnson, who appeared in the 5th through 8th films, as well as spin-off Hobbs and Shaw, to return to the franchise after skipping F9, and courted him both privately and publicly, the latter via social media. After a November Instagram post where Diesel pleaded for the former WWE star to come back, Johnson said in a December interview that there was no chance of that, calling Diesel manipulative. Yep. The search was then on to find someone who could fill the needed quotient of star and muscle power. However, because the script is still a work in progress, it is unclear whether Momoa's part is protagonist or antagonist in nature, or perhaps even both. In recent years, the Fast movies have stayed pumped and relevant not only by amping up the scale of the stunts, but by beefing up the call sheet with turns by Theron, Johnson, Jason Statham, and John Cena, even throwing Helen Mirren into the mix. It is unclear who else would return for Fast 10, which shoots this spring. Universal currently has a movie set for a May 19, 2023 release. I'm not a fan of F9, but you know, there's 3 guys there you could get, you know, if you're looking.
Let me tell you something. For half the price, I will take Jason's role. I'll wear a wig, get some tattoos, and continue in the gym.
I'll take it for the cost of his wardrobe, man.
Just pay my expenses, and I'm in. But first of all,
let's go to you first because you're the Fast and Furious super fan.
And I used to be.
Oh, well, after F9.
Yeah. No, you know what?
A lot of people.
I think even
F8.
Yeah. From F8, I wasn't interested. I've lost it.
Yeah.
Couple, you know, the first 2 with The Rock. Then it just gone downhill.
8 was the beginning of the end.
The beginning of the end.
Definitely.
So, Jason's there getting his payday.
Well, he wasn't in 9 though. He wasn't in F9.
Who?
Jason Statham.
No, Momoa.
Oh, Momoa. Oh, yeah.
So Jason's coming, getting his payday, getting his little exposure. Keep doing his thing. If I was him, I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah,
I'd do it right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
As much as I feel like the franchise is
dying.
Yeah, they've rinsed the franchise. It's ridiculous. I keep going on about it. Tyrese and Ludacris in space in the fucking car. It's just ridiculous. Man. Like, what, you know. It's supposed to be fun, of course. It's far-fetched, yes. The stunts are, but
it's getting a bit too far.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I mean, they were talking about it doing with Jurassic Park at one time, didn't they?
That got mentioned about crossover because they're both Universal. So
Jurassic Park and Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I'll stop that. Yeah. Anyway, so Jason, it's a nice move for him. Yeah. Keeps him current. He's in the eye. This is one for him to like show his action chops off a bit.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Like he could just do his like sexy look and you know hair. You know, one of those with his just
he's got that look that The Rock didn't have. He can do that kind of like, you know, muscle car look.
He can do that looking off into the distance with the wind and shit. Rock's just a bit more it's just a bit more grizzly.
Rock's like he hits the wind doesn't hit him.
So I'm sure Jason will be on the chicken and broccoli because this is one where you have to turn up.
Oh, yeah, bro.
You can't turn up smooth and with.
You saw the Fast 5 was the first one The Rock came in. You saw how dieseled off The Rock was.
That's it.
Yeah. He was like he wasn't playing.
Baby oil sitting.
Even Ludacris was taking the piss out of him like that.
Baby oil. Better hide the baby oil, and he's like, better hide that big ass forehead.
I remember that line.
That line, he improvised it.
Okay.
That's why Ludacris spat out the drink. He didn't know it was coming.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So that was an improvised line. So that was nice.
Nice.
Am I happy to see Tyrese again? Meh, not really.
Not really.
Do you know what I mean? Tyrese just doing the same dry foot Tyrese. Like, nah. Where they're gonna go now?
Yeah, I mean,
usually I'd be the first. Take my money.
because I'm not. That's why we came to you.
Take
first,
my
bro.
money.
Shut up and take my money.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
I'm first on the door.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. And to be fair,
I'm over it.
That's a lot of people. I mean,
I'm over it.
Damien, I don't know if you watched Fast 9. I haven't. And I'm not going to.
It's one of them you'll just watch on a random. It will catch you.
If it catches me, it catches me.
That's
but I die.
There's nothing else on telly.
What are your thoughts on Jason Momoa joining the cast?
Well, number one, I think Diesel's literally on the corner right now going, anyone please come and be in the Fast movies.
These cheeseburgers,
man. I just it does feel a little bit like he's just out there begging. It's like I couldn't get him. John Cena obviously for some reason didn't work in the last one. Did he die in the last one?
I don't. Is he still alive?
Did they kill him off?
So he's probably.
Because he's the brother, isn't he?
Yeah. So he's probably
I can't even remember.
That's how good Fast Man was, people.
I can't even remember.
But he's most likely going to appear.
Did John Cena die? Let me know down below.
But he's most likely going to appear in the Fast 10.
Yeah.
If you're not sure that he didn't die, because that's something that you would.
Honestly,
you would have known.
I was so switched off. He might have died.
And come on, even if he died, look who Sung Kang, who plays.
Yeah, he came back.
He came back.
Yeah.
So Han, he plays Han.
Han, yeah.
There you go. Yeah. He came back. So that doesn't even
I like
mean anything.
him,
Yeah. I like him. But
I fell off after Fast 6. I'm not gonna lie. Like I liked Fast 6 was okay. I liked bits of it in London. But then Fast 7, I think I saw it at the cinema. I was like, the moment Statham picked up a wrench and hit Vin Diesel in the face and he didn't go to the floor, I was like, I tapped out. I'm done.
How does your head just not bust open?
You know?
He's just like, Ed.
Yeah.
No.
And then he's like, and then punch him back. Come on, man.
Last time I checked, he weren't the Terminator, you know?
Right. He weren't the T-1000.
But even when that Terminator gets hit with a wrench in the first one, it's like,
for real.
It takes a moment to come back.
It just, honestly.
Vin Diesel's like, that was just a bit of butter on my face. Excuse me for a second.
Hence the term Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But if I'm Momoa, I'm literally sitting at that contract table going, right, so you can get The Rock, right? How much are we going to pay that motherfucker?
Yeah.
I want the same.
Yeah, because he's not silly.
No, because like you can't get him, so you come into me because you can't. Yeah, you couldn't get him. What
was he getting?
Yeah.
And he'll probably ring The Rock and say, "How much was you getting?"
Well, they probably are friends. Because
they
got that whole
specific now as well. So.
Yeah, as well. So they've got that whole specific, vibe. Samoa.
All right, he's not worth as much as The Rock.
Well, you say that, but let me ask you this. Which film has The Rock starred in, not had any other big stars in, that made $1 billion?
He hasn't actually carried the whole film.
He actually hasn't. He's always been
co-starring.
To the defense of that, it was a DC film and DC...
But DC weren't doing well at the time.
But it did come off the back where it was like, right,
Batman... That's a DC film. What are we talking about?
Aquaman. Because I'm talking about why he can ask for as much as The Rock.
That is the only film he's done that made that much money. Everything else he's done...
That is true.
It's not like The Rock, in terms of consistency, has put out more box office.
I agree. I agree.
But you know... saying that, you're right. The Rock can't lead. He has to bounce a lot of
someone else.
Like carrying it. You see, like Bruce Willis in his heyday. He carried the whole film.
Carry the film. And even Arnold could carry the film.
Carried the whole film, just watching them, moving.
I take your point, but that's just a numbers game in terms of how many films. Jason Momoa hasn't done as many films as The Rock.
He hasn't.
So maybe in time he will. But even the films and even the TV programs that Jason Momoa has done before Aquaman, they might not have made as much money, but his performances in them were so good that people are looking more to him and his performances than the actual project.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And I think that's why it was such an infusion when he came into the DC universe as Aquaman. And because he made, tell the truth, and everyone that reads comics knows this, he made Aquaman cool. Yeah. Because Aquaman
was swag. No one cared.
In the comics, Aquaman is pants.
Just some dusty fish.
Yeah, fish man, basically.
Fish
100%.
That's all he is.
He's not a merman character. Yes, exactly. In the comics, it's only lately they've made him kind of... But Aquaman made... Jason Momoa made Aquaman cool.
Yeah, he did.
No, let's make it right. he made Aquaman dribble worthy for every single woman out in
Well,
there.
That too.
But he made it cool.
But he did make it cool.
Because the guys like him and the girls want him.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy it. I wouldn't say it was great, but it was good. It was okay. I enjoyed it. It's not something I would watch again and again like a Black Panther or a couple of other like Infinity War and whatnot. No. But I did enjoy it. I watched it a couple of times and he performed well. So yeah, I think that he should. Okay, even if he doesn't get as much as The Rock, he should get very close to it.
Yeah.
He should get very close to it.
Yeah.
If he don't offer it, I'd be like, no, I want what he's got because you're coming to me because you can't get him and where you going to go after me?
Right.
Yeah. Who do you
Who do you go to after that?
Because you went to another muscle guy. Do you know what?
They could give him but
he's the only other guy. He's the only other guy.
I wouldn't see them getting him just because they've done the WWE thing and that will almost.
And one thing I just remember that Batista said that he doesn't want to be in a
franchise
that he doesn't. In fact, he actually mentioned Fast and Furious because they actually. He said he doesn't want to be in a crap franchise. That was what he said. That was his exact words. So he would never star in a Fast and Furious movie because I know what context it was on now because they talked about him working with John Cena and wouldn't it be cool if he joined the Fast and worked with John Cena.
Okay,
and then he said that's not going to happen.
Okay, no, but I'm saying he's the only other fit.
Yeah, in terms of big muscle man.
And
action
that could pull it off.
So at that point, Momoa is literally at the bargaining table going, right, who are you going to go to? I've seen what The Rock's getting for the last few films. You've come to me because you can't get him. What are you presenting me with?
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan?
Yeah. Nah, no way.
No
Hulk Hogan with his Zimmer frame, like, you know what I mean? He could barely walk now.
Yeah, Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Hulkmania.
Woo! Yeah. But, no, I think, listen, if you can't get The Rock, the next best thing, Jason Momoa, 100%. I'm game. And
Chris Hemsworth, actually.
No, Chris Hemsworth doesn't fit the Fast and Furious.
No, he's not. He's too much of a carried actor, but
he doesn't fit it.
No,
I'm just thinking muscle bound actors right now.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but I'm just thinking he doesn't. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
And I'm not saying because acting. I really like him as an actor, not just as a big muscular guy, but I like him as an actor. But he doesn't fit it. It's like what we were talking about before, like a little while ago, Natalie Emmanuel. She's a really good actress. I don't think she fits the Fast and Furious
she
franchise.
annoyed me.
Well, there you go.
Hearing her English accent annoyed me. I'm from the UK, and I just didn't like it. Okay, here we. I'm just getting through to that cyber
it just didn't.
What are you talking about?
It didn't. It didn't work, man. It didn't work. I don't know if they shoved her in because she's a pretty face and they wanted someone like her to work off of because she was always working off of Tyrese and Ludacris, isn't it? Because they were both trying to check her.
The magic was not there.
It worked.
The chemistry was not there.
And like actually thinking back, you're very right. Her English accent
it was just annoying.
It was jarring, and we're English, you know what I mean? So
get it out. What was she in Fast 8?
She started off 7, didn't she?
I think so.
Yeah, it started
the one where they was in Dubai.
Yeah, that's 7.
Jumping the car through the building.
That's stupidness. The one Ronda Rousey was in. Yeah. With that crappy.
The beefcake woman.
Yeah.
She
fought Michelle Rodriguez.
Listen, she would have banged Rodriguez
in real
life. Yeah,
she would have banged her.
Saying that. She can't box.
She can't box, but she still would have smashed Rodriguez.
She would have thrown her around like a rag.
Yeah, exactly.
Gorilla press. Rodriguez is tiny, you know.
But they made Rose look big. She's only like 5 foot, 5'6", 5'7". They made her look huge.
Thick, no.
They made her look thicker as well with the coat she put on. She's not that thick.
Who's that?
Yeah, they made Rousey look a lot bigger than she is in that film.
Well,
that's why she had the suit.
She's still mean.
Like
she's
still mean, and compared to Rodriguez,
the
only other girl in throughout the franchise that would test Rousey is Gina Carano,
who's also ex-MMA.
Yeah. She's the only other person that could actually test her and probably beat her actually. But, but anyway, we're going off a tangent now. Yeah. But anyway, we generally think it's a good.
It's a good fit.
Yeah.
We all like Jason Momoa, so we wish him all the best and hope he gets paid what he's due. But what do you guys think, man? Are you happy about hearing Jason Momoa joining Fast and Furious 10?
Do you still like Fast and Furious?
Do you say after the F9 from what I've been hearing?
7, 8, 9.
Yeah. F8 actually for me. Actually,
F8 and 9.
7 was the cut. 8 was garbage. And I stopped watching after 8. So anyway, let us know what you think in the comments down below. Our next topic is Demi Moore is back. We ain't seen her in a while, have we?
It's G.I. Jane.
No.
Yeah, so she's back with emerging star Margaret Qualley in a Universal title called The Substance, which is a revenge thriller, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, this comes to us via Deadline. And it says that Universal Pictures and Working Title Films have set Demi Moore and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's Margaret Qualley to star in The Substance, with Coralie Fargier directing the script. She also is producing alongside working title partners Eric Fellner and Tim Bevan. This will mark the French filmmaker's first studio feature. She made her Helmin debut on Revenge, which premiered at the 2017 Toronto Film Festival and played Sundance a few months later and was then released by Neon. Specifics on The Substance are being kept under wraps, but Deadline hears it is Farget's explosive feminist take on body horror. Production begins in Paris this May.
Body horror?
Yeah, it's body horror.
What does that mean?
Is it one of those things like the teeth, like the horror takes place within the body? Like, because I think Teeth was called a body horror.
I don't know.
I haven't watched that.
Just the one about. I've never seen it, but I know the title. It's the one with the teeth in the vagina. You know what the film is?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to watch that.
No.
Put me off vagina.
I'm still going.
And we
like, shish kebab, I don't care, it was worth it. The baby the sushi, it's alright.
This is how I'm going out. Make love.
But anyway.
The sushi shop. Get some sushi.
Yeah, so body horror. I mean, if I was to take a guess, I would say. Actually, no, that wouldn't make sense. So no, I'm not gonna take a guess.
Don't take
no. Bro. What?
I don't know. I don't know what you've just said. We need Damien, you know.
Well, it's starring
academic.
It's starring Demi Moore,
yeah,
who we haven't seen in a long time, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this story. I mean, where's she been? Like,
she did like what? G.I. Jane, was it?
Yeah, how many years?
Striptease, was it?
Oh, that film was garbage.
Which one? That great.
No, was Michael Douglas in that?
I think so. I remember the poster for it. I watched the film. I remember the poster for it because it's like her leg and then him like this.
Are you sure you're not thinking about another film?
I think it was someone of his ilk that was like, he's always in films like that. That was in it. But anyway, those are the last two films I can think that she did.
Yeah, I can't think of much.
If Demi Moore's been anything,
let us know.
Let us know because
yeah. But I think it's very interesting that they paired her with Margaret Qualley, who's definitely on the rise. She's done, as it says here, she had a bit part in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which was quite a recognisable part because we all know, me and you know.
Yeah.
And that was my first introduction to her. And she since was a starring role in the Netflix series The Maid, which my missus likes. I've never watched it. And now she's in this. So I thought that was quite a pairing, you know, someone on the rise. Obviously, then you're pairing someone who's kind of on the way down.
Yeah.
You know.
But then she goes into like, she's a bit of a veteran.
Yeah.
She, you know.
And to be fair, I quite like her as an actress.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
Yeah.
Ghost.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She killed it in Ghost.
She smashed it. She was never like, you know, you get actresses who are just about their looks, and once their looks go, she actually had acting ability.
Yeah, and she didn't matter what haircut she rocked either. She
she was one of the first few to rock the short haircut.
Yeah,
and G.I. Jane.
Yeah, and
And that messed up haircut in Ghost.
Yeah.
That haircut was terrible.
That
wasn't even a bob.
Still look good on her though.
That was like a basin haircut.
I was thinking she was a sex symbol for a long time.
Long time.
80s and 90s.
And who was she married to?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Bruce Willis. Right. Yeah. In
And
fact, they're very good friends now. In fact, I think Bruce Willis had a problem with his current missus because he's such good friends with Demi Moore.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because obviously they got a few kids together. They got two or three kids together.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? There's going to be a relationship there. You know what I mean?
You know what the problem was?
What's that?
It died hard.
He's been waiting to say that. He's been waiting to say that.
If you like that joke, like and subscribe.
Joker.
Leave a comment.
Anyway, Damien, what are you thinking about
I was trying to find what she's been in the last scene. I couldn't find.
Who's that? Demi Moore.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Oh, okay. So what was her last? When was her last?
Songbird
project?
2020. Is that project's come out in the last few years?
But nothing that we've heard of.
Okay.
That's
obscure project.
Yeah.
Like I think Margin Call. I think I knew because it was the one about the whole Wall Street financial crash. He was in.
Okay.
Because Kevin Spacey was in it as well, but it didn't do that well. But I mean, I don't know much about the actress that was in Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah, Margaret Qualley. By the way, quick trivia. Her mum is Andy McDowell.
Who's that dad?
No idea.
Okay.
Malcolm McDowell. I'm joking.
Mr. McDowell.
And you will all know Andy McDowell from was it
Four Weddings and a Funeral?
4 Weddings and a Funeral. What else has she been in?
Multiplicity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but 4 Weddings is the biggest one.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I mean, it's a story for me. I don't really know what to comment on.
Yeah,
just like Demi Moore's been around since before I was born, and she's still here.
Because you don't really know about Margaret Qualley. I mean,
No,
we
I
don't
haven't
know
seen
too
Once Upon a
much,
Time in Hollywood.
but at least we've seen her and stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought she was quite
good.
decent.
I mean, if you guys were as an actress, then it's obviously going to be something to put her front and center, which is good. It's always good that talent is starting to get given that shine, and it's nice to see Demi Moore being a person to support and pass on that shine as a veteran. But I don't really know what else to.
Yeah, well, it's something we'll keep an eye on. Do you know what I mean? They say production begins in Paris. Ooh la la. This May. This May. So but they're quite hot on the COVID. So you're gonna have to take your shots.
That's how you take it, apparently.
But yeah, all right. Well, guys, have you heard about?
No, I don't think they have.
Anyway, yeah.
Let us if you haven't.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Let us know if you know anything about this project
and inform us.
And Margaret Qualley, and where Demi Moore's been. Like, have you seen any of her projects from the last 5 years?
Have you been having coffee with her recently? Hanging out? Let us know.
Let us know in the comments down below. Yes, guys, we're back. Gymrat back in the house with me, Larry Olubami Wall, and
Leon Ashley.
And
somebody else.
Okie doke. And we are here as actors and gym rats to give you our perspective on everything entertainment, specifically movie and TV. We have got a few topics that we'd like to discuss with you. But before we do that, we want to talk about, well, thank you guys for, subscribing and supporting our channel on a level that you have been.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We
never thought we'd get past 8 subscribers.
We are doing very well. Let's just put it that way. Or do you want to talk figures?
Yeah, no, we don't need to talk figures.
Yeah,
but we're appreciative.
Yeah, we are very appreciative.
And if you decide to subscribe again, please leave a comment that you've subscribed.
Yeah.
So we can interact.
Yeah.
So when you subscribe, just say, "Yo, I was subscribed."
Yeah. And
we're gonna hit you back.
We'll hell you up.
We're gonna hell you up straight away.
Yeah.
Big up your name, everything. Give me some details. This is a community, baby.
So,
anyway,
with that being said, let's get into our first topic.
I missed the meeting, that's why.
Our first topic is HBO Max launching in 15 new European countries. Now, I don't know about you guys, but these streaming wars are getting ridiculous now. There's so many streaming apps available now.
Too many.
A lot of them not available in the UK. You know, most of them are available in just America or other countries apart, as well as America. And some of them are now starting to trickle over here. But yeah, so HBO Max is going to be in 15 new countries in Europe, and
so we get that then.
Well, yes. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. This is what I'm saying, man. It's I don't get how. Anyway, this article comes to us via Variety.
Don't muck around with Variety.
Oh, you don't know.
Facts. Always facts.
HBO Max is continuing a steady rollout in Europe with its second wave of countries. The Warner Media-owned streaming service is launching in an additional 15 nations on March 8th, this time targeting Central and Eastern Europe. This covers Bosnia and Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Croatia, Czech Republic, Hungary, Moldova, Montenegro, Netherlands, North Macedonia, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Serbia, Slovakia, and Slovenia. Nowhere there does it say UK.
We ain't hitting Germany, we ain't hitting France, we're not hitting right,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So Christina Sulebach, general manager for HBO Max, says it has been a cautious choice to get the markets launched in Europe, where the HBO Max rollout began in earnest in October with launches in the Nordics, which is Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and Finland, as well as Spain and Andorra. Those countries were obvious choices as the company has solid streaming customer bases that were already familiar with HBO Nordic and HBO España VOD services. We had to make sure we could migrate over that customer base and get them on HBO Max first, says Sulebach. Similarly, HBO has been operating different brands, HBO Portugal and HBO Go, in Central and Eastern Europe too, meaning it's preparing for another migration to HBO Max. Let me just get to the part where it talks about specifically the UK.
Yeah, get to the relevant to us.
So HBO Max is currently live in 46 territories across Americas and Europe, a footprint that will climb to 61 following the next wave of European launches. Later this year, the service will debut in 6 more countries in Europe, including Greece, Turkey, Iceland, and the Baltic countries of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. That will be it for Europe in 2022, begging the question of when HBO Max will launch in key Western European markets such as the UK and Germany, where Warner Media has a lucrative output deal with Comcast-backed pay TV operator Sky that officially expires in 2025. Warner Media has set a 190 country target for HBO Max by 2026. Okay, so that's the reason why I wanted to read that bit, because I know you have Sky, you don't have Sky, so I have Sky as well. So there's Sky Atlantic.
Yeah.
Do you notice that they always show HBO programming?
Yeah.
On Sky Atlantic.
Yeah.
So that's probably why we don't have, as it says there, HBO Max yet.
Right.
Because they have that channel specifically for HBO programs.
But then, did you get the day-and-day release with like Matrix and
Mortal
Kombat?
No. And we haven't even got is it we haven't even got Peacemaker yet.
No.
So that's it's a bit rubbish, to be honest with you. What's the point in having that? But we don't get the latest programming on time. You know. So
can I say I have been watching Peacemaker?
Oh, well, we'll have to talk about that a bit later then, because it's good, yeah? Okay, cool. We need to get watching.
Yeah,
we need to get watching.
Funny!
But, so, well, let me go to you, Damien, first. What are your thoughts on HBO Max rolling out in 15 new European countries, but not in the UK and Germany, which would be their main European market?
I mean, up until you mentioned the Sky part, I was querying, why are we going all around the houses before we get to what you would consider will be the mass market for them?
Yeah.
But now taking into account the contract negotiations they may have to have with Sky, and Sky obviously having a huge kind of like ring fence around what they can and cannot show. So, right, I can understand why it's not coming here yet. But in saying that, it does really tie in a lot of the releases they could go over here, like when they had Matrix, like Mortal Kombat, like Kong and stuff like that, like Peacemaker, that people are crying out for over here. It's not getting shown. And that to me doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, there's been this argument before, like if you're not going to allow certain countries to be able to watch these shows due to the contracts with whatever streaming service it is, why not release it on a sister site? So at least they get access to it. So at least it's still picking up steam and people not waiting like 6 months and have seen all the reviews, have seen
like a Now TV or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Or pirating it, because that's what because to take to your point, when Disney Plus first launched, they launched a very similar thing to what HBO Max is doing. So many people wanted to watch Mandalorian and they were ready to pay for it, but they couldn't watch it. So guess what ended up happening? They ended up pirating it. You know what I mean? That's what happens. And it's not and it's not getting pirated because people don't want to pay for it, because people are like, shut up and take my money, but no one wants to take their money.
And
so
we live in a society now where everything's like this. People's patience is literally at a tether.
Of course. But also, like, think about how many things that we watch and then get spoiled straight after. When we watch Spider-Man, please tell me how many things you had to avoid before you watched it to not get spoiled.
You couldn't click on YouTube.
Right.
You could not click
pretty
on
much.
YouTube.
I mean, I don't give a I know you don't care too much as well.
Not too much,
but I don't really care about spoilers. So as long as I get to see the movie, like, I don't really care. I don't. It doesn't bother me.
For people that it does.
Yeah, but obviously most people it does, and I get that. As you know, don't be silly. I get that, and so you would have to stay away from social media, as Damien said. I mean, the internet entirely to not get spoiled, and that's not possible. So in this day and age, anyway. So you know, that being said, when it comes to rolling out these programs and rolling out these streaming sites, it's really difficult. I mean, you hearing all this, Leon, and having Sky yourself, so having access to some HBO programming, what are your thoughts on them still not rolling out in 15 new countries and not UK or Germany?
I think, like what Damien said, there are side doors and back doors to see things. So all they're doing is just missing a trick.
Yeah.
Because people's going to find it.
Yeah.
So it's their loss, actually.
Yeah.
So where everyone could be watching it from one place, they're not. You know? So I'm watching Peacemaker right now. And it's not in this country,
and you're not paying for it. But guess what?
I would have.
It would. Yeah. Thank you.
But I want to see it.
Thank you.
I don't want to see it in 6 months.
Thank you.
When everyone's seen it, I want to see it.
Telling you what's happened.
Yeah, I want to see it now.
But this is my point.
You know. So if they're not going to make allowances and they're not going to put, you know, like you said, they can do like a Now TV.
Yeah.
Where you just log in.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you can get HBO, this, that, blah, blah. Just, you know, link it up. Let people, but it's up to them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the business model with these companies are, to be honest with you, because it just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, you want to avoid all the illegal sites and the illegal, pirating and whatnot, but at the same time, you haven't got a business model that caters to that.
Yeah,
you know, I don't understand it, because it would have been for me. Like, I'm just using Disney Plus as the main example, but it goes for HBO Max as well. It would make sense to launch it everywhere. It's not like you don't have the capability to do that all at once.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they think that if you launch this site somewhere, that it's gonna do better for them financially. I don't know how they work it out, but for me, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. People, I mean, Mandalorian was one of the most pirated, if not the most pirated, show.
Yeah,
you know, because people just wanted to watch it and they did not want to have it spoiled online. So they were going to pirate it.
So let me get something straight. HBO Max is not an entity by itself like Netflix.
No.
Right. So that's what it should be.
So
everybody would go to one place.
The problem with HBO, because I've heard John Campion talk about this, you might have heard it as well. The problem with HBO, which I don't think we're going to have so much over here when it does come, but which a lot of places, especially obviously America have, is that they have so many damn apps. So HBO, for instance, has HBO Max. They got HBO Go. HBO, whatever. They've got like 5-6 different ones. Okay. And it's like, which one do I choose?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
And they're all separate.
They're all separate.
So you can't buy HBO superstar and get them all.
No.
See,
you can't. What kind of nonsense is that?
Well, this is where
You see what I'm saying?
Well, HBO should just be HBO.
Right.
Like, just HBO, like Netflix.
Or like Disney Plus.
Or like Disney Plus. Yeah. Log in all over the world. Then you ain't got to make agreements. There's no contracts with no one.
But that's the same, which is what kind of leads me to the whole Sky discussion. That's what Sky has as well. Sky has Sky Cinema, Sky Atlantic, Sky Go. Sky has a lot, which leads me to think that, is it because Sky has a monopoly in the UK and some European markets that we don't get access to HBO yet, and they're waiting for that contract to fizzle out in 2025 to jump on the bandwagon and take over it?
Yeah.
And offer, look, we've got all this content that Sky don't have. We can give you early release to it. Sky,
but you know what Sky are going to end up doing anyway, because I'm sure they get money from this. So so I've got Netflix, I've got Amazon, but they're all bought through Sky. Yeah. So I watch them on my Sky box.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So obviously Sky getting something out of that. So that's all what's going to end up doing. When that contract ends with HBO in 2025, you're just going to have to buy, or they'll favour you to buy HBO Max through Sky. And then they'll get a piece, and you still get to watch whatever on Sky. You know what I mean? It's I don't know, man. It's just getting to the point now where we're gonna. I am seriously thinking in the next couple of years, and you might be thinking about that as well, to cut Sky. It's just getting to the point where I can't keep paying for Sky. I can't justify paying for Sky, paying for Netflix, paying for Disney Plus, paying for Amazon. What else have I got? I think those are the only three that I got that I can afford.
Well, so like me, you got your friend's account for this, your friend's account for that, friend's account for that.
We've all got a friend's account.
Netflix,
boy. I definitely got one of those.
It's getting ridiculous now. But anyway, anything else to add?
We'll leave it at that. It's just ridiculous.
It's
a rip.
Yeah, but I don't understand why they're not releasing here and Germany first, as the article says, or as Damien says. But anyway, what do you guys think about this HBO Max launching 15 new European countries? Are you surprised that the UK is not involved in that? And yeah, what would you like to see on HBO Max? Would you like to see, as my man's been watching here, Peacemaker? Leave some comments down below and let us know what you think.
And if you're in Bulgaria, give me a link so I can log in and watch PC.
VPN.